for this one.
I'm kind of excited about it too.
I
don't know anything about these.
No,
really,
I don't know anything about them.
Oh, look, we lined them up in order of height.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you did them?
No, I did not. Well, we have Indiana distilleries.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Indiana brands. I haven't read the labels too close, but I think they're all Indiana products.
Yeah.
So we'll examine closer here in a moment.
And then, I think this is
good.
this is the one I've heard of. The other two, I'm not familiar with at all.
And I've heard of Moondrops. Mm-hmm. Actually, we went to see Jelly Roll recently.
Okay.
And we were at a restaurant, and they had that as I think they had their own barrel or something. So the first time I ever tried it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But these other two, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
And while we're getting into this, I want to remind you all, or thank you all first for tuning in to the Mojo Whiskey Bar. Welcome. Hopefully you're a repeat watcher, and if you're a new time, first-time visitor, tune in to all the things to come and all the things we've done. And the best way to do that is to like, share, and subscribe, and click the little bell icon, and you'll get notified when we come out with new stuff. So which one do you want to start with? I guess it doesn't matter. You want to go this way first?
Yeah, we'll go this way. This was a rye.
All right, what does that bottle say?
This is our Four Finger Distillery rye whiskey. It's 90 proof.
Okay.
It's made at the 1205 Distillery in Indianapolis.
And I don't know where this is, but I've seen that. I think that it seems from their Facebook stuff the feed that they post that they're I think downtown somewhere.
I think so. And it's a small batch, but we don't know what that.
Small batch is such a generic term.
Correct.
I mean, when you see small batch, it's dependent on the distillery.
Yeah.
A small batch from like a Woodford Reserve might be 1,000 barrels, for example, but from a small one, it could be 2 barrels.
Yeah,
Who knows? It's really, there's no firm, strict definition of what that means. So, all right, here we go.
I do like the nose.
It's different.
It is different. It's not that overpowering rye.
No, but I feel like I could tell it is a rye.
Mm-hmm.
What was our proof again? 90. All right.
Now, I get
yeast roll.
Yep. I get unbaked yeast rolls.
Yeah, like they're proving. You're waiting to pop them in the oven. They're not ready to go in yet. They're still.
I'm getting more and more ready for Thanksgiving the more we do this. So
seems
like everything has that smell to it. But.
Well, I was thinking back to a lot of the things we've done in recent weeks. It feels like everyone we did, like, this is a great drink for fall. And, the weather now says maybe fall is...
This is a great drink for Monday.
Maybe this is a great drink for being snowbound. I don't know. But yeast rolls, unbaked yeast rolls. And Thanksgiving's coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time this goes live, it would have already happened. I'll have to think about how we schedule that.
I get the yeast, the dough.
Yeah.
A little bit of that, like that salt that you...
salt's there.
It has a unique nose for rye. I like it.
But I can tell there's a little bit of rye spice that's hidden in there. They're
just not overpowering.
No.
Where some of them will knock you down.
I'm excited about this one. I mean, the smell is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm doing it. Wow, it's different. There's something there. What is that?
It's a unique...
What is that? It doesn't taste like a yeast roll.
No, it does not.
Raw or baked. It's a really different flavor note, and I just can't describe it. It's really sweet on the front for me.
Yeah, it has a sweetness. There's a little bit of heat once it starts to travel.
It's like for me the later palate is like I've been sucking on a piece of hard candy, but the candy's like I've crunched it up and chewed it up and it's gone, but I still got that sugary coating sort of inside my mouth, but there's some fruit-ish taste. I don't know if it's grape or strawberry or a cherry, but
Yeah, it's
something.
I kind of get that dried, like a fruit you put through the dehydrator.
Mm,
Not quite like an apricot, but more of, there is a little bit of a stone
yeah,
fruit to it.
yeah, all right.
But yeah, it's not your typical rye, but I like it. I
It's
mean,
lovely.
it's
It
a
really is
good
lovely.
it's a good drink. It's a lower proof. Um, if you were new or considering a rye,
Was that in the front or the back? I guess it doesn't matter.
what? Oh no, yeah, you're right there.
New to right.
Yeah, it's if you're new to it, to rise, this one is not going to scare you off.
No.
I mean, it is now what it may do is it may change your approach and your thought when you go to your next rye, because it's going to be different. Your next rye is going to be different than this. This
Yeah,
is
I don't feel
very
that.
unusual
I
for a
don't.
rye.
Sorry, I was messing with the mic here. And thank you all for being patient. We've been working on our audio and video quality, so I think hopefully, fingers
Yeah.
crossed, we got it all dialed in today. But yeah, it's this doesn't drink like a rye.
Mm-mm.
I don't feel the heat going down my esophagus and giving me that warm Kentucky hug, but
No,
it is lovely.
it's a good drink. Yeah.
I would be curious. I know nothing about this distillery, but I'd be curious to see if they have other things that are in the higher
Yeah.
proof point. Because
Yeah.
I feel like
You could
the
easily,
90 proofer is good, but another 10
yeah,
proof points, I would be
100 proof
interested to
would be
see.
good.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd
like
be
to see
really
us
good.
at 100 proof.
Hmm.
But that's good.
Yeah, all right. That's a get. And I don't think it was crazy. I don't remember. I should have remembered these prices of these things, but I don't. I found it at Total Wine in Greenwood for what it's worth. All three of these actually. So, which is a dangerous place to go to
Mm-hmm.
sometimes because, I mean, nothing against the big places like the Total Wines,
Yeah.
because they have such a huge
Unreal.
variety. Like if you were just trying to figure out, okay, and maybe that's a video we should do here soon, is what should be in your starter kit if you're
Yeah.
trying to start
Yeah, we can do it.
we might be able to do it sometime soon. I probably have most of that stuff here, but anyway, I digress. Next one we're going to do is Moondrops Distillery Barrel Proof Bourbon Whiskey. This is bottle number 121, and the ABV is 60.67, which is about 121.3-ish, give or take. Sorry, I was doing math. I think that says age 6 years. Does it say 6 months that we're thinking?
That's what it looks like. 6 years, 6 months.
And they tell us a little bit about the mash on this one. 60 corn, 36 rye, 4 malted barley.
Okay.
Uncut, without chill filtration, straight from the barrel. I'm trying to find the distillery. Does it say?
So it's a higher rye bourbon.
It says distilled in Indiana. I can't read what that word is right above that. I think it's saying they make it. Is that what that says? Sorry, I got glasses on, and some of these labels are really hard to read.
That's distilled in Indiana, resurrected and bottled by Moondrops Distillery.
Okay, so that's not saying they make it themselves, but that's okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
Dang, Jamie's trying to get me intoxicated with this pour.
Yeah.
Or did I pour it?
I might have.
Never mind, twist my arm.
Now there is, I have some caramel on the nose, some vanilla on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sweet. And it doesn't have an over aggressive ethanol on the nose.
No.
I mean, for something that's 121, 122-ish on the proof.
I mean, it's a lower, as far as bourbons go, it's a little bit lower on the corn than
It is.
a lot of.
Yeah,
but I feel like I get a little bit of sweet corn.
Yeah, it's very sweet to have 36%
Yeah.
rye in that.
And I get like almost like a powdered sugar, like not the donut, but but like a powdered sugar donut, but like you get that powder,
like a confection sugar.
Yeah. Not a cane sugar, more like a powdered sugar. It's really good nose. These are good so far.
They are.
We haven't tasted this one yet, but I'm going to do it. The rye's there.
Yeah, I'd say the rye is almost more prominent than the corn
Yeah.
right out of the bat.
Subtle sweetness. Again, it's like that. I think that powdered sugar, confectioner sugar,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's more light and fluffy and it's not like super. It's sweet, but it's not like cane sugar.
Yeah. And
What
the heat kind of lingers. The heat kind of lingers a little
Yeah,
bit for me.
but it doesn't drink its proof. It's not drinking 120-ish proof at all for me.
No, I wouldn't say this is any 105, 110. Is what it kind of drinks like for me.
It drinks like a little bit north of 100 high rye bourbon.
Yeah. So if that was what they're going for, they hit it. I mean, because it has a good nose. It's very sweet. What's interesting to me is that the nose is more of a bourbon with a hint of rye. The palate is more of a rye with a hint of bourbon.
Yeah.
And so
say that again.
The nose is more of a rye with a hint of bourbon.
Yeah.
And then the palate's just the opposite.
Yeah.
And so, which is, I don't know how they pull that off, but it works. And I'd say it's a pretty good offering that they have.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's available.
Yeah.
So it's,
I mean, I don't know how widely available it is, but I can tell you just going to, I think I've seen it a few places. I think I've
in Central Indiana.
Central Indiana. I don't know how wide beyond that, but I think if I remember, I think Paragon Liquor Store now, It's been a minute. I seem to recall that they might have had it on their shelf too. So it's definitely at bigger places like Total Wine.
Yeah.
And it might be available beyond that. But again, a nice newer, I don't know how long they've been around, Indiana brand, bringing a good product to the table.
Yeah, I agree. That is a good one. Good offering.
All right.
So what do we got here?
I don't know. I've got to take a sip of water.
Yeah.
Put the readers on. Sometimes I feel so old when I have to do this. All right, 18th Street Distillery. See, I almost didn't buy this one, but it's a single barrel, 3-year straight bourbon whiskey. And the reason I didn't, I don't like young stuff. 3 years is kind of on that fringe sometimes, but this is 125.6 proof. I think it says specially selected by Total Wine. First artisan distillery to open since Prohibition in Hammond, Indiana. So this is up in the region. I don't have a lot of other information beyond just that.
Did you see the barrel date?
Barreled on 11/12/2017. So that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
How is that only 3 years? I don't know. Mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this would tell us it's older than the
3-year statement,
but I don't know. I guess we're going to solve the mystery here in a moment.
Yeah. So that's up north.
Yeah, that's near, not too far from Gary and Chicago and things like that. I think, wasn't Big Dog, Glenn Robinson, wasn't he from that area?
Gary area.
No, he went to Gary. I was thinking he was from Hammond. But
yeah.
The only Purdue basketball player I've ever enjoyed watching was Glenn Robinson.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
I didn't enjoy him.
Well, we went to the high school championship. I don't remember what year that was. Like probably 92 or 3. I don't know. And they played at the RCA Dome, and it was Gary Roosevelt, Glenn Robinson playing against Alan Henderson and Brebeuf.
Okay.
Which was wild times.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I don't get much.
No, I'm trying to find something.
And it's a single barrel, and it's a store pick, which store picks depends on the person
exactly
picking
right.
at the store. I think when you're working with a big company like Total Wine, I don't know how involved they are. Like the smaller, mom and pop liquor stores,
Yeah.
you're probably going to talk to the person that picked the barrel there. So I don't know who's picking this one. But there's not much on the nose for me,
No.
especially with that proof.
What I'm trying to pull out of this is it has like the smell of flour,
Like
baking
baking flour.
flour,
Mm,
which is a mild
yeah,
smell,
yeah,
which is this is pretty mild. I mean, for a proof point,
yeah. I would expect something.
uh, I would expect
I mean,
something.
there's not even a strong ethanol nose,
Mhm.
which sometimes when you get into the proofy stuff, ethanol is going to jump out at you.
Yeah,
But
it
that's not
just
doing it right now.
to me, which is odd. I've never had flour as what mine.
Well, if you make some gravy and you didn't mix your flour in, and you get a
That's
bite
right.
where there's a
Yeah,
chunk of flour and it's all pasty on your tongue, I get that.
but yeah, that's about what I pull out because there's not. You don't
No.
get fruit. You don't get a lot of smokiness off of this. It's just not there.
Yeah, it's weird to me that it was bottled in 2017 and it says 3 years. So
Yeah,
has this been sitting somewhere in a bottle, hoping somebody would pick it up? I don't know.
could have.
Is the label wrong? I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems weird that it would be 4 years older than, or 4 years later than what
Yeah, how
it
much did they bottle? I mean,
I
I
don't know.
assume it's the smaller distiller.
I
So
think they make beer too. Honestly, I think, and I think this is kind of a trend. I don't know if it's a trend quite yet, but we tried the 450 North
hmm
rye a
yeah,
while back.
yeah,
Good brewery.
yeah,
Now they're in the whiskey. I've heard Three Floyds is getting into whiskey. 18th Street is, I think, also a brewery that might be getting into this as
yeah.
well. So,
Well, I think that the business is taking them there.
oh, because
The
the craft beer market, not that it's dead,
it's just it's tailing off.
but the craft distillery market is where it's at. It
It's
seems
right.
like right
It
now.
is. Yeah.
Because I mean, personally, I'm going to take a flyer on a craft distillery thing, especially if it's
Yeah, I
a
will
locally
too.
made thing. Than I will, for a bourbon, like a bourbon brand I haven't heard of.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yeah.
but if it's local, I'm like, oh, I'll
I'll
give it a
give it a
flyer.
shot. Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
3 of these examples today. So all right, enough yapping, more sipping. Hmm. It's good. It doesn't have a lot of complexity, but it's good.
And if you like, if you and I do, if you like a drink with some heat to it,
It's got it.
it's got some heat.
Yeah,
But to your point, there's not a lot of complexity. It's very. I thought it was pretty smooth.
it's
It's
really smooth.
it's very drinkable, but there's not a lot of palate notes for me.
No,
Um,
it's like I mean, there might be a little bit of like a cherry Laffy Taffy,
that's yeah. No, it's a good.
but not so cherry. I don't know how to just. It's almost like a cherry Coke that's gone flat, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, the cherry isn't. It's there a little bit, but it's not.
yeah.
It's not the most dominant thing. It's kind of in the background.
And this is as we're getting really close to the holiday seasons. This and there's a lot of holiday drinks. This would probably go. And there's several that you can use whiskey to make holiday drinks. This may
Yeah,
be good. I mean, this may just be just enough a hint of that cherry in it to enhance whether it be an old fashioned or whatever it may be.
yeah.
Um, but it's if not, it's pretty smooth. It's drinkable. There's just not a lot of complexity to it.
I
You're not.
mean, I believe it's a 3 year now that we've
Yeah, I do
shipped it.
too. No, I
So whatever that label stuff is going on there,
yeah.
I don't know. I might dig into it and do a little bit of research, but it does drink young because there's not a lot of flavor notes. It's smooth for the proof, subtle cherryness for me anyway.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of. I know a lot of people who do not drink or like to drink the ryes and the bourbons and the whiskeys don't like that strong alcohol taste. There's not a lot of strong alcohol taste here.
No, there's not, but I do feel a little mouth burn.
That's it. That's what you're getting. That's what you will get with this.
But it's almost like I just rinsed my mouth with a strong mouthwash kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Bourbon flavor mouthwash. I mean,
I cannot believe that hadn't hit the mark.
I know, right?
What is happening here? Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm happy with each of these, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, no, I am too. This was a very unique rye to me.
Yeah.
That was very interesting because it's a lower proof. It doesn't have that standard overbearing rye taste to it.
Exactly.
But it does, and it's probably because it's 90 proof, but it's a good rye, especially if an introductory rye. You're looking to get into it.
Yeah. But if you're a rye drinker, you're not going to hate this.
Not at all. Not at all. It's just not going to be it's not a Sagamore.
It's a change of pace.
That's right.
A change of pace.
And this one had such a flip from the nose to the palate. It was all there. It was just completely flipped over. And I don't know how they pulled it off. It was really good. But yeah, for 3 local offerings, I don't think it did bad on that.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Again, like, share, subscribe. It's painless for you. Yeah. Literally, it's like click a button. And it helps us out a whole bunch. And in fact, since in recent weeks, we've had, I don't want to say a surge in subscribers, but it's ticking up there. So, we're trying to get as many. We're going to do some fun things. Yeah. I mean, surely you believe or have seen we already do some fun things. We're bringing you whiskey you probably have not heard of in many cases. Yeah. And we're going to keep doing that. We got some fun things planned, so stay tuned for that. But your support helps us continue the journey of us drinking whiskey and talking.
And if you get confused and are unsure, am I subscribed? Am I not subscribed? Get a hold of us.
Yeah, just send us a comment. And we love your feedback. I mean, in fact, several of you had sent some comments. Okay, yeah, our audio sucked in recent videos. Sorry, and thank you for pointing that out. I knew it as I was going through the editing, but it was good enough that I'm like, the content's good, so we're going to push it out. But we're trying to work on things. We're trying to improve our tech, but we love feedback, whether it's, hey, your audio sucks, or hey, have you tried this, or hey, go do this. Give us some feedback.
This is just the beginning. I mean, there'll be a whole new
we're just getting started. We're just getting started.
And so there'll be a whole new area for us to do this.
Oh, yeah. My wife's been involved in the design of the next space, and let me tell you, she might be more excited about it than we are. But it's going to be cool. So we're going to have a good time here soon. But we're having a good time right now. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.